agreeing.
there.
Yeah, I don't know why they did this, but I mean, now they've kind of stuck with it. So I guess we'll end up seeing what ends up happening.
You
with
guys
her.
have a prediction for who's going to take this 5-way match?
I mean, you have to think that Tamina is going to be involved in the finish somehow. Is this an elimination match? Or
Yeah,
is
it's elimination.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes my opinion now. Are they going to? It's just for me for SummerSlam. I probably have to go with Charlotte just because it doesn't. They're not going to do Lana again, or it's got to be either Charlotte or Tamina. I'm going to go with Charlotte.
Yeah, they may turn Charlotte back then, because Naomi's still the squeaky clean babyface. But Charlotte kind of turned, but not really. She's more of a tweener now, I would say, than a pure heel like she was.
Charlotte is the best thing going in the women's division on both brands.
Oh, without a doubt.
And to me, her versus Naomi has no interest for me. I just don't see it in Naomi.
That's the problem,
exactly.
yeah.
So maybe we could get the title off of Naomi, but I want to see Charlotte Flair going for the title at SummerSlam. It just makes sense. She's the biggest star. This is the second biggest pay-per-view. Let's have her go at it with someone.
I'm going to say Charlotte or Becky. I think that's what's going to be one of them, because I think both of them are big enough in terms of star power that they will be able to draw really big.
Then what do you do with Charlotte, arguably your biggest female act, especially on the SmackDown brand?
Well,
she's not going to be in a match?
I think with these 5-way matches, the one good thing about them, same thing with Royal Rumbles, is that you can build so many other angles out of them. So let's say Tamina or Natalya, they cheat to beat her to get her eliminated. That can build that entire month-long program where you can have a really meaningful and powerful match at SummerSlam between Charlotte and Natalya, because that would be a great match to watch.
And
They're both such good workers.
We could also have a SmackDown women's versus the Raw women, so we can always have Charlotte go up against Bayley or something. Mm-hmm. You can have a tag team match, interpromotional tag team match. There's a lot of things we could do.
Yeah, but I have no interest in watching that. Those are throwaway matches. They're going to give them 5 minutes, and it's going to be.
This pay-per-view is going to be 5 hours though in SummerSlam. So
SummerSlam is going to be a problem. I was thinking about going, but I don't know. I'm definitely going to go to the NXT show.
Yeah, I want to try to hit it up SmackDown, because I feel like
Raw
that hasn't
SmackDown will
shown
be
up
there
at all. So
yeah, it's going to be a crazy, 4-night event. Mm-hmm. To me, what are your guys' thoughts on NXT being the night before? For me personally, I think a lot of people go there. It's always a better show as far as in-ring style. The crowd's really into it, and then they are kind of winding down. They're worn out when Sunday comes, and then it's a 5+ hour show, and then their energy's gone for Sunday.
And then they're back on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to have NXT on Saturday and then the pay-per-view. I liked it when it was Friday and then Sunday. Have at least a day to recover.
I think there's something to that, although they realized that the Saturday they're selling better, and they can sell out the Barclays.
There's so many
NXT
wrestling fans around here. It's insane. But I think the biggest problem is just that the NXT shows, for the most part, have been better than SummerSlams. The matches are just better. One of the best WWE match of the year, in my opinion, to this point, is Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne at
it was amazing.
Absolutely.
Where was that takeover? It went 45 minutes.
That was the one before
WrestleMania, was it?
No, it wasn't Mania.
It had to be WrestleMania.
No, it was.
It had to have been.
No, it was before one of the random pay-per-views, like Money in the Bank in Chicago.
No, it wasn't that recent.
Yeah.
Oh, it might have been.
I don't think so.
We'll find out. So, what's the next match on the card, Anthony?
What have you guys done over so far?
Oh, what's that?
What matches have you gone over? That was the first one.
AJ Styles, Shinsuke, and Charlotte. So now we're going over AJ Styles versus Owens, Shinsuke versus Baron, and then the women's 5-way. And then now John Cena versus Rusev in a flag match. I would love it for Rusev to win this, because they need to build him back.
Chance.
But I don't think there's a way they do that. A flag match in today's political climate, you mean to tell me that they're going to have this Russian guy beat an American?
Bulgarian, get it right.
Bulgarian,
he was Russian. He was Russian. All right.
He was representing Russia. He always claimed to be Bulgarian. He's got that tattooed right on his arm.
Yeah, Giancarlo, who do you got taking this match? You got Cena, right? It's a given.
It's not even a question. Cena's first real match back, and again, he's going against the guy he's very comfortable with, Rusev. It's a shame, because I really like Rusev a lot, and I think they should be pushing him. And they kind of just forgot that whole storyline when he said, "I'm not coming back unless it's Money in the Bank for the title." That's just thrown away because we had to give the title to Jinder for no reason. And so, yeah, Cena's going to win this. I don't really understand a flag match. What does that even mean?
So I remember a flag match from back in the day. It was Team Canada versus Team USA. It was on Raw with Bret Hart going up against Stone Cold, and I believe they both had partners. So the goal is to you have the flag set up on the pole in opposing turnbuckle areas, and you have to grab the flag, and the first person to grab your country's home flag wins the match. So it's ridiculous. It's a weird concept. It's got a Vince Russo type of feel to it. But I expect, odds are Cena wins, but we can always have, someone interrupt, cause a distraction. But I have a feeling you have Cena.
This is a one-off match, I feel like. And they're going to put them both in their own direction, and that's that.
I think Cena's going to Raw after this because they're really playing up that free agent
It's the free agent
angle.
thing, yeah. That's why my theory was, I don't know if you heard it, but my theory was that Cena may go... If let's say he were to beat Jinder Mahal, he could bring the championship back to Raw, and then Baron Corbin could cash in on Brock Lesnar.
Are they going to bring the ketchup title to SmackDown?
Well, they can make it blue then.
That's true.
That's stupid if they do that. I mean, they have it set on their colors. I mean, personally, I would rather have just the WWE World Title and then the World Championship. The big gold belt that Flair had.
Oh yeah,
but
the Flair belt.
But unfortunately, we have the Raw. I mean, the SmackDown. What do we even have? We have the WWE title, and then we have the Universal title, which is the dumbest.
WWE Heavyweight Championship, I think they're calling it. Oh, no, they dropped the heavyweight.
Yeah, they dropped the heavyweight.
It's too confusing. There's too many belts. Oh, by the way,
they're not belts.
Date was at Chicago, which was the day before
Backlash. Yes, it was Backlash. Yep, that's what I was looking at, actually, right now.
It was Chicago, though? Where was it?
It was in Chicago.
Chicago, yep.
Yeah, that was such a great card. The Rosemont?
Rosemont, it's also an arena,
home of WrestleMania 13, which had one of the greatest matches ever. We just mentioned Bret Hart. It was him versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, the I Quit match. One of my all-time favorites. Are you not talking
about the Chicago street fight?
What? No, with the Nation of Domination versus versus LOD and Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah, Ahmed Johnson, that's right. That was the real thing.
Ahmed Johnson. The guy, he weighs like 450 pounds now.
How do you guys feel that the top three matches on this card are all have one guy doing the angry foreigner gimmick?
Well, I mean, that's a staple of pro wrestling ever since, its inception. It was
Who
just,
has it
I'm not here
the
from
Usos
here.
New Day?
What's up?
Oh, no, I'm talking about Owens and Styles.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the next match? Usos New Day?
Yeah, Usos New Day. I think it's interesting, though. I mean, you feel like, wrestling's evolved, but it kind of hasn't in that aspect.
No, it hasn't,
The
and I
same
love
things
it.
still work, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think you should be doing it so much on the same show.
No, there should be one angry foreigner guy match per card.
At a time, yeah.
Well, Kevin Owens isn't a foreigner, guys. He's the face of America.
This is true.
All right, so let's be real here.
All right, so
I really love everything Kevin Owens does. He just sent out a tweet today saying he's glad they canceled SmackDown Talking Smack because they get so that Daniel Bryan and Renee Young can't speak anymore.
Yeah, that's a shame that they canceled that, man. That was an awesome show, and it was, a show where you got to see these guys improvise and be themselves. And now Vince McMahon, I want it scripted. I don't want these guys to go off the cuff. And that's what the best part of wrestling was. The best part of wrestling is watching a Ric Flair promo. You have no idea what this guy's going to say, and you want to tune in. But now on Raw, you know what they're going to say. Unless it's, a Paul Heyman promo, I have no interest in any guys in the ring with a microphone.
There's like 5 guys that can do their own thing nowadays.
Yeah.
It's very limited.
Yeah, it's a shame because back in the day, everyone was given the opportunity to do their own thing, and obviously some did it better than others, but they were given that opportunity. Whatever, the sport of pro wrestling or sports entertainment has evolved, and it has its pluses and it has its minuses. The in-ring work is phenomenal these days, but the characters just aren't the same.
Yeah, match to match, you're getting better in-ring product than you ever have. So who do you guys like in this match? Because I actually think the New Day are going to win the titles here.
Yeah, I think so, because I think this is kind of the end of the line for this as well. I think they're going to win this.
Well, if they win this, then they're going to have the rematch.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
But I think the Usos, speaking of guys who've been given a chance on the mic, they've finally been showing their personality. They're so much better as heels. and they just. I've been enjoying them so much over the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I was surprised that they turned them heel just because they did so much with the merchandise. They were such big draws with that. Kids loved them. They were just so over. And when they first went, I really didn't like it. But now that they're getting a chance to talk a little bit, when they first turned heel, they really didn't talk much. They were very quiet. They came out and they just looked like, a couple
thugs.
A couple of thugs. That was basically the character.
Right.
But now that they're allowed to talk a little bit more, and especially with that rap battle going off the cuff, what they said about Xavier Woods, that was
great.
That was great. So I definitely got to say the heel turn has worked for them. But I just feel like what ends up happening in today's WWE is if you're not challenging for a championship, you really don't mean anything. And I just hope
especially
that
in the tag division,
right? Yeah, I just hope that doesn't happen. Here if they do lose, which I think is what's going to happen.
Well, if they do win, we know New Day will stay relevant, so I wouldn't even mind the Usos keeping it. It's just hard for the New Day to lose, especially cleanly, because they have that third man. So I would have liked to have seen, maybe a Hell in a Cell or a Steel Cage or something like Xavier Woods is banned, because with 3 guys, it's more of a heel thing to have that third guy.
Absolutely.
But the New Day are faces, so I don't know where they're going with this.
They're faces, but they do heelish things to win a lot of their matches.
Oh, they're jerks. They're mean, and they cheat for most of their time. But they're just so charismatic that people like them.
They got like the Eddie Guerrero rub on them.
Exactly. And, I want a team like American Alpha, guys that can do the work in the ring better than any team on SmackDown. They need to be given those belts back.
Which
I feel like they're splitting them up, it seems like.
But I think that they may book them again as a tag team, but they are definitely doing some singles stuff. By the way, we didn't mention this, but AJ Styles said he's going to bring back the Open Challenge.
Yes.
Right.
Really happy about that. That's going to
it's great.
That's going to be a lot.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping that Kevin Owens was going to keep on doing it, and he'd be only in that town, and then Chad Gable will come out every week just saying his address was whatever the arena was that day.
What was that?
That didn't work out.
Oh, Keith. What happened with this?
Chad Gable, like 2-3 weeks ago, Kevin Owens did like the open challenge for anyone from Dayton.
Oh, okay.
So he came out and he said, "You're not from Dayton." He said, his address was the arena's address. So I just wanted him to keep on doing that. Every week.
Just for 5 months straight, just fighting him.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd be a great heel thing for Kevin Owens to just keep fighting and losing. So the next match, we have the championship, Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton in the Punjabi prison match. I know you've been clamoring for another Punjabi prison match.
Yes.
It's been a long 10 years since we've seen one.
Yeah. I think Mahal wins this.
There's no way Jinder Mahal loses this match.
Yeah.
And this is the end. This has to end this rivalry.
Oh my God, I can't with these two anymore. It's so bad. The one thing that I like about it is the Singh brothers and just Randy Orton just doing terrible things to them.
Yeah, he drops them on their head. It's
almost
very unprofessional. Yeah. But we all of us expect Jinder Mahal to retain this title, right? And then where does this lead?
Where does this lead? The biggest thing is they got to do what they did with the Elimination Chamber and make it visible. Because if you watch the other Punjabi prison match, you literally can't see anything.
No, it's like very thick bamboo.
Well, he said he's going to bring the Punjabi prison to SmackDown this week.
Oh God,
we're going to see what it looks like.
He should bring the Great Khali.
He comes out with it.
That's rumors that he's going to show up on Sunday.
That would get some heat right there.
I don't know. Do people care strongly enough about the Great Khali?
I think there are people that really hate him. I don't know why. He hasn't really done anything.
He's not a very good wrestler, and if
but he's also 8 feet tall, and he can't bend his knees.
Yeah, he cannot bend his knees. I think that would get tremendous heel heat if somehow Jinder Mahal used the Great Khali to help him win this fight. That would be a fun stable of just like tough Indian guys. Yeah. It hasn't been done, like the Nation of Domination, but with Indian guys. So
it'd be nice to have them have a bunch of minorities in a faction, but it's not because they're minorities. Like, just like have a different reason.
Yeah, it would be nice for them to, just be people instead of, having to have a reason to be together. It's like they did the group with Wade Barrett and Sheamus and
oh, right.
That terrible group.
League of Nations?
That was some bad stuff, but they actually beat New Day at WrestleMania. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I miss Wade Barrett.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll
be
appear
back soon.
We got to wrap things up, though. Giancarlo, where can we see you? Where are you at?
So I have a non-wrestling podcast, which is a pop culture podcast. Where we talk about it's called The Bottom 5. That's the number 5. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, anywhere, any podcatcher. And it's we take a topic and we list the 5 worst things within it. It's a bi-weekly show.